Hello from Vader's Vault, and we're here to showcase a very special saber today. A lot of folks know that we do charity work from time to time at the Vault, and that our favorite charities are for children. Several months ago we donated a saber to a young terminally ill boy, and the project was put together by the Rebel Legion, who contacted us and asked us to participate. A while later after that we were contacted by Lars Eberhard, who's also known in the community as Lord Blako, and he wanted to get involved with some charity work as well, and asked us if we would be interested in collaborating on a charity auction. At the Vault, we love to collaborate with our peers and with other LFL groups like the 501st, Rebel Legion, and Saber Guild, so this was a great opportunity to collaborate with one of our friends in the community for some charity work, and we were honored to be asked. Lars wanted to work together on a saber to donate for a children's charity, and we chose St. Jude's, as they're one of our favorite charities for the work they do with cancer research and terminally ill children. Lars had one request though, and that the saber have the word hope engraved someplace on it, and he generously donated the funds for all the materials, and we took care of the labor. He also donated a good selection of his Crystal Harvest fonts from his library of great sound fonts that he does, and these fonts really help bring the saber to life. What you see here is a result of the collaborative effort between us and Lars. Now what you see here is a synthesis of the two of our most popular Ardent models, the Ardent Elite and the Dark Ardent, with some custom powder coating schemes thrown in that you can't get on either model. And just in time for Rogue One, we have the Rebellions Are Built on Hope engraved into the bell section here, with the hope emphasized to match Lars's request for the word hope to be on it. And that's all engraved in Arabesh, and it goes around the bell of the saber. In addition to the engraving, the saber has a slightly different color scheme, like I mentioned before. The emitter rings, neck, and pommel have gold accents, and it includes a polished brass CoverTech wheel on the bottom side here. It also has a stainless steel RGB switch, which we are just starting to test and put into sabers. We've been playing with them for a while, but we're going to be offering that in the store soon, but you can't get them yet. But a few of our sabers that we've put out have had the RGB switch on there, and the blade colors, for the most part, match the blade colors. There is some differences, being that there are different LEDs used in the blade than the ones used in the switch. Now the sound card included is the Crystal Shard sound card, which is created by Plector Labs, premier soundboard developer in the industry. For those unfamiliar with the Crystal Shard, it can hold up to 6 different sound fonts on board. So in addition to the Vader's Vault exclusive Ardent sound font that will be on board, you get 5 of the following Lord Blako Crystal Harvest series sound fonts. You get Kyber, Hurricane, Dantari, Lignan, and Sigil. The sound card has exceptional sound quality with 16-bit sound and some of the best motion detection in the industry to make your saber experience as close to the real thing as possible. With the onboard RGB control, you can scroll between the 10 preset colors on the fly with just a touch of the 2 buttons, both on the top and on the bottom. For those unfamiliar with how our sabers work, or for those who are familiar and you just like to see shiny things operate, we'll go through a few of the features of the saber. What you see here is you have your main activation button here. On the underside, you'll see the small button here. That's your auxiliary button. That is for activating your auxiliary effects such as blaster block or lockup. It is also for changing your sound fonts when the saber is off. You can scroll through the 6 different sound fonts on board. With the RGB feature, you actually press that button plus this button at the same time while the saber is on, and that will allow you to scroll through the 10 different color presets. When you get your saber, this saber being an auction saber, and like all of our other sabers that we offer, you get a blade, a charger, a charged battery inside the saber, and a blade retention wrench for loosening and tightening the set screw that holds the blade in. When your blade comes, it will have a dust cap, similar to this one you see here. That's to keep particles and whatnot out of the blade while it's not in use, and it also keeps your film in. Inside this blade tube, if you take off the cap here, there is a translucent diffusion film in there. You don't want to dump that out. That's meant to be there. It's supposed to stay there. Don't take it out. Don't dump it out. So when you put it in your saber, be very careful that none of that happens. So when you want to put your blade in, take your cap off, carefully insert it into the saber, and you'll use your included hex wrench to tighten that screw down. Now the saber will be in sleep mode when it's not used for several minutes, and to boot it up or wake it up you press either of the two buttons and you will hear a boot sound that is associated with each font. Now to turn it on you just press that button again and you will see it light up. Blade color matching switch with the RGB switch. Right now it is set to purple, but you can change that by pressing both buttons at the same time. As you can see, you can scroll through the different colors, anything from red, green, blue, orange, purple, pink, white, lime green. All of those are on there. And again, with the saber on, this button here activates your blaster block or your lockup cutting effect. With the saber off, press and hold, and it boots up to the next sound font. Okay. When you're done and you take your blade out, make sure you put your cap back in. That way we don't get any dirt or dust inside the blade. When it's time to change or charge your battery, you carefully unscrew the pommel. Okay, these chassis are snug because these are combat class sabers. They're made to be banged around. So the chassis is going to be a tight fit in there so that nothing rattles around during impact. So to get your battery chassis out, you're sometimes going to want to smack your wrist against your palm to get your chassis out. You just want to pull it out enough just to get access to the battery. And this is your battery here. It's a lithium-ion battery, 18650 size. Pops right in your charger, turns red when it's charging, turns green when it's charged. While the battery is out, if you want to make any changes to your preset colors or to your sound fonts or anything like that, this is your micro SD card where you would get access to that. When you're done charging your battery, put it back in your saber. You will hear it boot up, letting you know you did a good job charging your battery. You want to carefully put your chassis back in. Don't push on the speaker because that would be bad. So you just want to get the chassis right there to the edge of the hilt. Use your pommel to push the chassis the rest of the way back in. Make sure it's threading in smooth, and then fire it up and play again. That about covers it for a quick tutorial on how to operate the saber. For any more information, you can view our other YouTube videos where we do a full demonstration on other features and a more comprehensive breakdown on maintenance. Or you could just give us a call here at the shop or send a message to us through email at sabersmith@vadersvault.com. Make sure you visit our Facebook group and our Facebook page, The Vault and Vader's Vault Sabers at Facebook. This saber will be up for auction on eBay under the Prop Boutique username. Please, if you're interested in buying a really nice and unique custom saber and you want to help kids, especially around this time of year, please give a look-see to the auction and happy bidding. Thanks again from Vader's Vault.